Alright, so Svetlana has dark thoughts, and we have to figure out what they are.
I felt something. Where is it?
There is some soot and remnants of a burned letter on the cast iron. Her usually steady hands were shaking as her eyes followed the written words. He was watching her. She already knew that. But how dare he threaten her? Agitated, she threw the note in the furnace. Too bad she couldn't get rid of the stalker that easily. The remains contain the author's concern about Svetlana's condition, expressed in a seemingly kind-hearted tone. The message ends with a veiled threat foreshadowing a desire to interfere. Okay. Time-worn, though it looks new, probably heavy. The chest is kept at the ready. Svetlana's personal items were put into the chest and then removed, all due to her growing anxiety and uncertainty. She should pack and leave. Again, a restless hand closes that empty chest and decides to keep waiting. The silk is soft and cool to the touch. The fabric carries a memory of yearned-for lightheartedness, passion, and a sense of security. Two people found solace in each other here. Two people, Svetlana and my father. The silk remembers. It remembers the tentative planning, the recurrent doubts, the peaceful sense that everything was as it should be, and other chaotic thoughts caused by passionate intoxication that I'd rather not know. Melted candle. The wax has spilled and congealed. Solidified wax carries the memory of honest grief mixed with fear. However, those emotions were quickly concealed with well-practiced composure. This candle is the best farewell to the deceased that Svetlana could afford. String of pearls. One could buy a small town with it. The affection and gratitude of one woman covered by the shame of another. Though an honest gift from the Tsarina, Svetlana feels guilty every time she sees it. All of Svetlana's fears. No wonder Svetlana was reluctant to talk if she's afraid of someone watching her closely. Especially if that someone knows a lot about her, and maybe even her pent-up desire to escape. Besides, she had an affair with my father. Maybe I can make her confide in me, then I'll ask her about what I came here for. The Black Grimoire. Ooh, we can go to the balcony. Yeah, okay, so she's in the balcony. Let's go back out here and start looking for people. Yeah, so this is going to bring us back downstairs, I think. I think it's possible that it's Skawan's daughter who's the person with the flaw, but I'm not sure. Yeah, it's all around us. Do I have any new dialogue with you?
Isn't that our Mr. Szulski?
Something keeps eluding me.
How are you enjoying yourselves?
We can't complain.
Yeah, okay, yeah, we've already got dialogue. We've already heard that before.
I need to slip away for a moment.
Oh no, what a shame.
Yeah, what a shame. What a horrible, awful shame. Okay. Do I have anything else I can do?
What are you looking for again, lunatic?
My pride is too low.
Pardon me, gentlemen. I promised that I would...
I want to find a way to get my pride up so that I can do that, but I don't know if there's any way. So we'll just go speak with Svetlana. All right, here she is.
I was looking for you.
Do you smoke, Mr. Szulski?
I've quit.
In light of our approaching conversation, why don't we dispense with the pleasantries? Call me Svetlana.
Wiktor.
Ask.
You two had an affair.
Two grown-up, lonely people found momentary comfort in each other's arms. But romance wasn't behind that relationship. It was just that we were both looking in the same direction.
I didn't have the chance to get to know him as a person, much less one who'd show such emotion.
You mean love? That?
Was it love?
I miss him. That's all.
Oh.
What do you mean by looking in the same direction? That large travel chest. You changed your mind.
About whether or not to pack. Right then I wanted to escape badly, but that would have had its own consequences. In this game of false appearances, I'm the best.
The burned note. Who sent it? I only sensed underhanded kindness.
Da, the ochrana. I don't know which one of them exactly, if that's what you're asking. I've worked hard at it.
The ochrana?
It stands for Отделение по охранению общественной безопасности и порядка. In other words, the secret police.
I know what they are. I'd like to know what they want.
Knowledge. The Tsar's eyes and ears must be on guard. They infiltrate not only the city, but most importantly, the court. And me and my soirees too, I'm sure.
When did you receive this note?
A few weeks ago, back before your father.
I see. I still don't know how this lovely note ended up in your hands. But in addition, I found a lovely strings of pearls, and on it, your feelings of guilt.
Your power is terrifying. Do you know that?
Your feelings of guilt. Do they have something to do with the Romanov court?
With the whole empire. Ruski mir im podawaj. We, the establishment, perceive the need for change. We want reform. The Colossus is already teetering, but if it falls... La guillotine, mon chéri. But I want to live, Wiktor. Ideally, closer to the west.
Tsarina Alexandra gave you those pearls. You two are close.
I am her confidant. I could call her my friend. I see how much she devotes to her family and the nation.
Yet something has changed. Where was my father in all this?
Willingly or otherwise, he was part of the establishment that wanted change and could see revolution before it arrived.
The Ochrana knew about you, hence the note.
They must have noticed something. Isn't it time you told me why you really came to my soirée?
I hoped you might know something about the Black Grimoire. My father left it to me in his will, but the grimoire has gone missing.
No. And the collapsed building? Have you been there?
There's nothing there.
My dear boy, I know nothing about Stanisław's book. I'm sorry, but I can't help you there. But I will not let you leave empty-handed. I strongly believe that there's one place you ought to visit. What you find there belongs to you.
Huh.
Thank you.
No, thank you for listening.
I like this character a lot. I like that she isn't interested in giving you the runaround, at least on like a surface level. The Okhrana are the Tsar's secret police that no one is safe from. Its officers are like chameleons, either working secretly or disguised as your friends. Sometimes they will force their way with a badge and a trigger-happy finger. They do not believe in the notions of personal space, privacy, or freedom. They claim every right they can think of. As the Tsarina's lady-in-waiting, Svetlana is used to being followed by the Okhrana's prying eyes. Being used to something does not equal acceptance. She harbors pent-up anger, which I don't blame her for. The other thing here is that like there's a lot of like actual political intrigue in this game that like, when I say actual political intrigue, I mean literally historical political intrigue that I am just like fully, deeply not aware of. I know almost nothing about this period of history, especially as it pertains to Europe. So that's very intriguing. But yeah, I like that Svetlana is like this woman that is stuck between places, right? Like she's confused and nervous about all of her allegiances. And like in an interesting way, she's part of the bourgeoisie, right? She's part of the establishment, but she sees revolution coming and she knows what that means for her. So like, obviously a lot of us would say something like, you know, oh, well, she wasn't on the right side of history until it threatened her. But the factual reality of that is that most people aren't, right? Like people need a tangible reason to understand social change. And for some people, it comes much later than it does for others. And she is this like, you know, landed gentry basically, who now is able to see that like, oh, my station in life is literally threatened by the fact that like all of this change is happening and we're trying to maintain power. That won't go well for me. The best way for me to maintain my power and my social status and my comfort is to actually acquiesce some of it. And like, that's an interesting character. Even if, you know, politically speaking in the modern world, they would be incredibly infuriating and are part of the reason why we would be in these types of situations. The fact that she's recognized that and is acting against it and is working in order to like help us and not just mislead us because it doesn't hurt her. Like that's just such an interesting little piece of character information that informs the rest of how we understand her. And it makes her immediately trustworthy, which is really intriguing. Letters. Father's letters to Svetlana were very tender and romantic. I would not have expected this from him. These letters had fallen into the wrong hands. They could have done a lot of damage to the lovers. All right, so that's father's letters. Such a cool salutor.
I know you. I remember you from books. What's your name? Don't run away.
Splendid ladies, distinguished gentlemen, the hour is at hand. With lights dimmed and the curtains drawn, the souls of the dead slowly gather among us. On their command, I will give the chosen among you a tarot card as your invitation to the table. Let us gather in secret ritual. Let's not keep the souls waiting too long. and the aura once again lies in ruins.
Whose soul are you summoning tonight, dear madame?
I only know which one I'd prefer to banish. Shoo!
Maybe my dead father's. If you manage that, it would spare me a lot of trouble.
Now we'll never know.
I will stop disrupting the energy here until I return.
Okay, there's a lot of stuff around here.
Maybe that's enough. What do you want?
The trick with entering someone's head. I know one person who can do that.
You're not much of a thaumaturge if you can't. Have you come here to torment me? Unmask me?
I don't see any fun in unmasking you.
So what do you want?
All right. Madame Samira is not only a mysterious psychic, but also a thaumaturge. Aware of Wild Salutor's presence, she wants to capture him for herself, so she's not happy to have another thaumaturge around. She's clearly determined to get the salutor, which is why she's trying so hard to dissuade me from the hunt.
I think your idea of pretending to be a medium is fantastic.
It sounds like I impress you.
How many people know?
Is that a threat?
Your siren is quite impressive.
Flattery will get you nowhere.
Madame, you're being impolite. What about a little competition? We'll see who wins.
I'll pass.
Samira's salutor looks impressive to say the least. It's serene. It matches her mysterious aura. Madame Samira. Behind the mysterious guise of Madame Samira is a thaumaturge accompanied by Serene, as intriguing as herself. The role of a psychic allows Samira to freely frequent social gatherings that also lure the salutor she's chasing.
I noticed a wild salutor here. I understand your being here has something to do with him in particular.
Keep your nose out of this.
Why?
Because I'm warning you.
What do you know about this salutor? Do you know its name?
Don't you?
A name doesn't tell us much anyway. All that matters is picking out the person in this crowd with the flaw.
I know perfectly well who carries the flaw. Another reason for you to stay out of it.
The person with the flaw attended the seance, right? So I'm on the right track.
Have you finished?
That's not such a ladylike tone, madame.
Damn.
Maybe we should just let the best one catch that salutor.
You mean yourself?
Yeah, nothing else.
So should we finish up?
That would be best. And listen to me carefully, Mr. Whatever your name is.
Szulski, but you can call me Wiktor.
Now, Mr. Szulski, you will vanish like a bad dream, and I will get back to work.
All right. Time to look around. All right, so there is more stuff. It's over here. Mirror. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Arranging an unruly strand of hair, she was thinking of Wiktor Szulski, madly in love with her, willing to do anything for her. So she gave him an impossible task. Trying to comply, he set off for Africa and died tragically, squandering his family's fortune. Joy drifts over the mirror's surface. Her heart throbs when everyone is looking, when her name echoes everywhere. Sophia. So what if some lose their heads for her literally? It only makes for better stories. Full of cigarette butts. The smoking was accompanied by a joyful conversation. Sophia's friends were happy. I, for some reason, couldn't read that word. Were happy. She came with them despite her father's ban. They like to watch her clever intrigues that provide them with topics for gossip. These cigarette butts have women's lip marks on them. If only their fathers saw what they were doing. Sophia spreads her wings when she's out of her father's sight. Watching her scheming is sheer pleasure. Is there anything else around here? Let's keep looking. Ooh. Chair. The wooden armrests look battered. A frustrating thought penetrated Sergei's mind as he sat on a chair, watching Sophia from afar. Why did Sophia suddenly start ignoring him? He would do anything for her if she asked. The problem is that Sophia won't speak at all. She takes no notice of him anymore. Okay, there isn't really anything around here. Who is this? Oh, that's Sophia. She came upstairs. Okay. Talk to Lygia for a little bit.
Did I see that you've met this Madame person?
You enjoying yourself in this viper's den?
Oh, the vodka is quite tolerable. I'm observing my own brother taking out his anger on ordinary mortals.
I don't know what you're talking about. Unfortunately, Svetlana doesn't want to breathe a word of it.
I'm sure she doesn't trust you. In company like this, that speaks well of her.
Why the cold shoulder, Lygia?
I've never liked her. Her manner gets under my skin. I've heard she's a dreadful schemer.
Did you know that Papa had an affair with the host of this party?
Are you sure?
Absolutely. As sure as the thaumaturge can be. I felt what he felt when, well, you know.
Oh, stop! That's disgusting. Quickly, change the subject.
I've taken a long, deep look at Samira. She's no medium. Samira is a thaumaturge on the hunt.
On the hunt?
Madame has spotted a salutor that's attached to one of the guests.
What kind of salutor?
Remember those fairy tales Mother used to read us? And the legend of the golden snake?
Yes, Veles.
Yes! I'm glad you're here.
Are you also hunting for him?
I admit I like to have him. I haven't made up my mind.
Be careful.
I am. That's why I haven't made up my mind. I'm going.
Oh, that's Konieczkin. Interesting. I think, at least. Alright, let's go talk to Sophia. I think I've gotten pretty much everything in here. Brownsville says, so Velis is likely the deed salutor then. I think so. I didn't read that in the thing, but I can just read it. His name is Velis. Velis, Slavic lord of the underworld, the god of wealth, a schemer. The soiree gives him the perfect conditions for feeding, goading, and plotting. Sounds like Sophia.
Mr. Szulski, may I have a word?
How can I help?
My friends and I are just playing Truth Order, and now it's my turn. Won't you dazzle me with your powers?
Note that her father doesn't like a thaumaturges.
Your father would not be thrilled about you playing games with the thaumaturge.
Maybe that's precisely the point. To keep violating his wishes?
First, please tell me the rules of this game.
Of course, I'm being silly. After all, you've been away a long time. It's simple. Each player in turn must admit a truth or accept a dare. Anyone who doesn't must drop out of the game and thereby loses. And I don't like to lose.
I would guess that to you, a dare would be the lesser of two evils.
How very perceptive. It involves finding out my comrades' secrets, Irina, Maxim, or Sergei. The trick is that you're cleverer at it than I am.
Your companions don't have anything against a little ruse like this?
It's not deception, it's resourcefulness. In theory, there's no rule against asking for help. Please don't make me beg, Mr. Szulski.
Let me see what I can find. Will any secret do?
Any. I'll wait anxiously for your return.
I'll take a look around.
Party game. At Sophia Scowan's request, I agreed to play Truth or Dare to help her complete her task. She and her companions are only looking for distraction by learning more about each other, but I could use that to my advantage. Meenan says, stretch, you dingus. Okay, I'm stretching. Okay. What else do I need to do here? Find more about Sophia's companions. Let's look around. There we go. Empty glass. Numerous empty glasses indicate someone here is a fast drinker. Sip by sip, sip by sip. Maxim swigs alcohol as he watches the surroundings, focusing mainly on the ladies and longing for companionship. Irina is looking pretty today. The loner's secrets. Maxim is lonely, as we all are from time to time. He tries to drown his feelings in alcohol, but the effect is opposite of his intentions. His attention is drawn by Sophia Scawan's friend, Irina. A very fancy, decorative sofa. She sat on the sofa, watching the crowd, usually flirtatious and playful. She felt an overwhelming emptiness at that moment, which was something new for her. A feeling of loneliness, a need to belong. It only lasted a moment. Then she grinned and continued the same old charade. Plucked leaves. Irina wound leaves around her finger with abandon or plucked them discreetly. Immersed in thought, Sophia's charade and Maxim. She might walk up to him, but no, she won't hesitate. She won't. Hesitant, she eventually failed to make the move. A friend's secrets. Hesitancy prevents Irina from making a decision. She feels torn. She would like to indulge herself and spend some time with Maxim, but she cannot make a move. Thus, she's in limbo, going over all possible scenarios in her head. Decorative vase. stands on the piano, but there's no flowers in it. The vase reflects the strong emotions bubbling up in Sergei. Jealousy mixed with fear. Jealousy directed at me as he considers me his rival. Fear that Sophia will ignore him when I'm around. The admirer's secrets. Sergei can't stop thinking about Sophia. He cares about her so much he's willing to do anything for her. He can't understand why Sophia doesn't reciprocate his feelings, which frustrates him. He considers me a rival admirer. I wish we could just tell him we're not. Wish we could just say, I don't give a fuck about Sophia. She's a weirdo. She's a freak. Try to talk to Madame Samira again, just to see.
Szulski, don't play with me.
I'll disappear. For now.
Okay, nothing new.
Sometimes it's good to let things go and leave other for your own benefit.
We've already heard that. Oh, why am I getting this again?
I think I'll take up this gauntlet.
Oh, I guess that's just the conversation end dialogue with her. Haha.
They are getting impatient. What have you found out?
As far as Sergei,
Yes?
I'll be honest. He'd do anything for you.
Anything, you say?
As a result of my decisions, this path is closed.
Maxim only has one thing on his mind. Miss Irina.
Oh, I knew it! Might Irina return his interest?
Miss Irina would like to get to know Maxim better, but she keeps hesitating.
What? She never told me. Some friend she is.
Oh, I was wondering where you'd gone off to.
You know Sergei, don't you?
We're already acquainted.
Mr. Szulski and I have completed my extra difficult dirt together.
At your service.
Now time for truth. Are you seeing anyone?
My heart is already taken by who? Sophia seems to be toying with me. She keeps boldly asking about my private matters, looking for strength in her impertinence. I only wonder if she's toying with Wiktor Szulski, the person, or the thaumaturge.
My heart is already taken.
I was counting on a different response.
Mr. Szulski, our time is up. Sophia and I must leave for the seance. Madame is waiting.
Thank you once more.
See you.
Yeah, I'm curious who Victor's lover is.
Therefore, Velis chased Sofia Skawan and her floor here. She seemed like such an innocent girl, didn't she? Unless you count sending her admirer on a deadly trip to Africa. It's no coincidence she focused on me. After all, old Skawan hates thaumaturges. The little scamp. If I want to discern that little schemer's flaw, I'll have to join that sepulchral table. Either her scheming or her jealous knight in shining armor will help me identify her flaw. I hope her father doesn't find out.
Sophia Skawan's flaw. After the game of Truth or Dare, something flickered around Sophia Skawan. A flaw induced by scheming. It fits. After all, Sophia has a fondness for high society and playing games. The salutor at the Imperial Hotel. Veles, the inciter, is lured by the flaw of the schemer Sophia Skawan. In order to capture him, I'll have to play by the rules here, which means exposing Sophia to some stirring experience. I sense that a scandal is inevitable. I'll talk to Ligia real quick.
May I have a word?
Are you having fun?
I'm going.
Alright, is there anything now Samira has to say to us? Probably not, but I want to see if we can actually partner up with her by saying what we want.
Szulski, don't play with me.
Yeah, probably nothing new.
I'll disappear.
Alright, well, nothing to do except sit, so I guess we sit.
Is this seat free?
The energy is dissipating. Ladies and gentlemen, I am losing contact with these souls.
So now please focus on them.
Yes, please begin. You, sir, have closed our circle.
Let us lay our hands on the table. Let us allow our minds to liberate themselves from our bodies toward the edges of the world as you know it.
Are you thinking of someone exceptional whom you wish to summon?
That's exactly the sort of person I had in mind.
Oh, is it a long-lost love?
Rather a future delightful acquaintance.
Leave her alone.
Sergei, this has nothing to do with you.
Dear guests, I implore you, the souls!
Your devotion goes unnoticed, and you know full well why that is.
I do. I am your father's choice, not yours, aren't I?
Quiet, please.
Well, this will make your companions happy. Making fools of people, heaven forbid.
Sit down.
My poor heart.
Focus on someone you want to make contact with.
There is one soul I'd like to summon.
Whom do you mean?
Wiktor Szulski. Does that name mean anything to you? The poor man drowned on the way to Africa, didn't he?
No, it wasn't like that. I didn't know he would be killed.
Are you planning a similar fate for Sergei? All this just to get under your father's skin?
So what if it was? Do you know what it's like to live in the shadow of a cold, absent father?
Rings a bell.
Is it such a sin to want to be loved?
The powers you and your kind have are terrifying.
That's why people hate you! That's why my father is cracking down on you!
All that matters is I have what I wanted.
Don't you dare! You were supposed to stay away. I was supposed to leave here with Velis. All that work for nothing.
Spare yourself the trouble. It was a fair fight.
But I don't intend to hold you here. Truth be told, I even feel sorry for you.
What does that mean?
Rid yourself of the pride you've got within. Otherwise, it will lead you to the gallows.
Enough of this. There's a salutor waiting for me.
Enjoy him, fool.
He is cool as hell looking. Look at that. All right, our next persona. I don't have any thaumaturgy I can improve at this point. We need him, and he is the next one for sure. Umbrella says, so we get more hints where his sickness comes from. Indeed. All right, I just got to play good. I have everything I can possibly do right now, so... Maxim's shadow, and this is Sergei's shadow. What is this first attack? Good luck kiss, lottery, 50% of dealing double damage. Shank. This will inflict bleeding, so we're gonna want to stop this one first. do that, and then that. And we'll interrupt this attack. There we go. Perfect, broke it. He's dead. What do we want to do now? Inflicts damage. Slippery bet. Let's reduce his focus. And then we'll have Bloody Penance happen. Okay, it didn't slow him. That's unfortunate. Because I'm going to take a lot of damage now. And I lost a bunch of focus. It's really nasty. Alright, we gotta try to break this. It didn't work. Alright, he's got double damage on his next attack. So we have to, once again, be extremely careful. We're gonna try to delay him once more. Then we're gonna heal me. That'll only give me 4 health. Yeah, we'll just do this. Okay, there we go. We push his attack back, so we have another turn. Now we can try to break it. Sure, gives me some health back when we broke his attack. Perfect. Okay, let's go. There's Sophia. Calculated shot, shank. I think shank is the most dangerous for us right now. He's okay. We need Bukovac. Here we go. Howl. And then here. Let's do Suffering, and then we'll take out Sophia, I think, in a single turn, probably. She only has like 22 health, right? Okay, this guy we might really need to take out. 20. Okay. We'll do damage there, and then... Let's try to do this. Oh, it didn't break his attack. All right, well, we'll switch to Lelek next turn, and we'll send our damage to enemies. Because Lelek will take our feats and inflict them on the enemy. Or not our feats, our statuses, I think. Oh, that was a lot of damage. I actually might need to switch to... She's not in Suffering yet. I'm gonna do that. And then we're gonna switch to Lelek. I'm gonna point to him. And we're gonna give him our status. All right, didn't break that attack. That's bad. But it's fine. This is gonna be great. Now Lelek will move. Yep. There we go. Okay. Back to Ooper. 15 health back. I really need this to interrupt. So we have to use... Well, if I do this, it will kill. It's fine. All right, we did it. Oh.
Just wait until Rasputin sees you. Then you'll stop fighting me.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, this evening the souls were particularly restless.
Sophia?
Did you enjoy the show? My best so far. So, I suppose now is the time to applaud.
And you, sir, what can you tell us?
I have to explain myself. It was me who provoked the whole situation. Sofia didn't have anything to do with it.
But what was all this for?
What's going on here? The guests are complaining, and with good cause, I see. We're terminating this disaster.
One moment. First, Mr. Szulski will explain himself.
For my own, freely chosen reasons. I was looking for something here, and I found it. I regret that it was at someone else's expense.
Enough wistful chatter. Will the gentleman with a book be leaving peacefully, or should we show him out?
No need, I can make it to the door. Madame, honored guests.
All right, we got what we wanted.
Wiktor, don't scare me like that.
Mr. Szulski, are you all right?
I think it's time for us to go.
I'll snug us a carriage.
You'll have a hard time at this hour. I'll drop you off.
See, you can always count on Mr. Konieczkin.
Wiktor. Thank you. That's very polite. Thank you for an interesting evening. What?
I didn't say anything.
Fine.
Konieczkin is up to something.
Wiktor, if not for him, he really helped us tonight. I don't want to talk about it tonight. Good night.
I'm about to go deaf. Hello?
Hello? Hello. Wiktor?
Speaking.
Wiktor, Uncle Sasha here. How are you? Have you visited your old stomping ground yet?
I've rediscovered some things like a comfortable bed. The city has changed a lot, as have we all. The most important thing to me right now is retrieving my father's grimoire.
Your grimoire? I wish you luck, boy.
Yes, I'm fine, thank you. And how are you, Uncle?
I need your help, boy. It's a very delicate matter. Are you able to find a moment for your uncle?
All right, so where should we meet?
Remember where I took you kids for donuts?
I do.
Let's meet there. Maybe we can reminisce about the old days. Better days. See you then, Wiktor. Thank you.
All right, let's go talk to Rasputin. Oop, I went outside. I went to the backyard, I should say. I intended to go in through the front door. Okay. Where is Rasputin? He is somewhere else. And when we have this, we'll be able to progress on all the other quests, which is great. Let's go to Pavatsky. Peaceman says, that was charming. Hopefully Uncle Guy is in a Polish skid mark or something. I don't think he is. I think he's just, he's the chief of police, which is kind of a problem. But, or maybe he's like he has some sort of military command over either the police or the investigators in the city. And I don't remember what his role actually was, but.
Mr. Szulski.
Is Rasputin here?
Sadly, yes.
This maid who just hates me for no reason is very amusing. Alright. Let's hypnotize.
It's good to see you. Although, I think I can already see what you need. Let's not waste time. How about that?
I'll be very grateful to you for another round of help.
Let me share something about your pace in hunting for salutors. Aren't you losing yourself too much in it? Again?
Is there something you want to tell me? Do you not want to help me anymore?
Nonsense. You can always count on me. I'm just worried. Close your eyes and focus on my words. Concentrate on my voice. Relax and focus within yourself. Follow my voice inside yourself. Do you see him? He's remarkable.
Such a cool design.
I can't tame him.
You can, and you will. Look, he's afraid of you. Calm your heartbeat. It will scare him off. Calm yourself.
All right. And we now have perception abilities.
You look better. You slept a long time.
Yes, it feels that way. What year is it?
Still 1905. Yet time flows on inexorably.
Did you watch me sleeping?
You still drool.
Have you seen the future again?
I don't know if it's the future. It could just be some symbols I don't know how to interpret. Heavy clouds drifting over battlefields, reaping a deadly harvest, and these faceless beings. Walking among strangely contorted bodies, and the ship, unsinkable. Yet it went down with thousands on board. I feel as though I could have stopped it.
Titanic? Is that what he's saying?
I think I shouldn't abuse the Nadarzyński's hospitality any further.
That distressed woman you mentioned, Svetlana. You know, I saw her in my vision. That surly maid brought me the gossip about her that was going around town. This Svetlana is causing herself trouble.
What was this gossip, may I ask?
Nothing that would sully her in your eyes. She intrigued me. I'd like to meet her.
I don't like that he didn't tell me.
I think she needs help.
Help? What do you want me to do?
Bring her to me. I won't keep you. Until next time.
All right. Go to the Imperial Hotel to get Svetlana. I think what we're going to do is all of our other side quests first. Let's look at our salutors, see who we can upgrade. There we go. So we're now at word 3, which I think we needed. Yeah, we needed word 3 in order to do at least one thing. To look at the picture of the woman, I think. Word 5, I think, is the other breakpoint for opening the case back up as well. So heck yeah. We have made quite a bit of progress here. That's not bad at all.